Morning children, welcome back to the lesson number 17, agriculture. So dear children, in previous lesson number 16, ಆಯ್ತು ಪುಟ್ಟ ಬರ್ತೇನೆ. ಆಯ್ತಾ. So children, in previous class we studied lesson number 16, natural resources. So we studied the two types of natural resources, renewable and non-renewable, and many other things which are involved in it. So today let us move on to the new lesson, new chapter, lesson number 17, agriculture. So children, when I say agriculture, so immediately or suddenly, so your mind will go for the agricultural features. What is agriculture? Is it necessary for humanity? Is agriculture is necessary for the survival of people? Is our country is agricultural country, or our farmers are really dependent only on agriculture? So there are so many questions will come into our minds. Of course, we must be may not be farmers, may not be working in the field, but of course what we are eating in order to survive, so it is only of the hard work of the farmers. So dear children, agriculture is one of the most important main occupation of our country, India. So can anyone tell me what is an agriculture? Can anyone tell me? Yes. So of course agriculture means lot to mean. Agriculture is nothing then growing the crops, isn't it? Of course. So growing the crops, is it alone enough? No. So there is a lot of hard work back of it. So farmer can understand what is agriculture mean, how hard and how difficult it is for a farmer or for a man, one who is completely depending his entire life on agriculture. So dear children, as we study, as we say, agriculture is one of the most important occupation of our country, but it is not so. Of course it is very important, but nowadays a farmer has to go lot of hard works and struggles. Of course, because many times the monsoon gives us hand, it rains out of time. Sometimes monsoon does not begin on proper time. Sometimes monsoon begins but doesn't continue. So sometimes in between monsoon increases, there will be lot of and heavy rainfalls, and totally it comes to destroy. So there are many struggles that each farmer undergo the struggle during this farming the agriculture. So dear children, so agriculture, of course we know agriculture is one of the most important occupation where people completely depend on agriculture for the survival. Secondly, why agriculture is main in India? Of course, why agriculture is main in India? So we Indians are blessed. With the beautiful rivers and beautiful lands and beautiful soil. So therefore in India we see in northern plains, northern areas, almost people are farmers. So main occupation of India is agriculture. So we depend, of course we depend on agriculture for everything. So north place is called bowl of rice. That means the rivers like Ganga, Brahmaputra, Yamuna, these all are big rivers where people are living around these rivers are blessed because they never have shortage of food, they never have shortage of agriculture because they get plenty of water, they get because plenty of water. So therefore agriculture is main. Are people dependent on agriculture for survival? Of course. So man is a living being, a living animal, I can say. So we need to have food in order to survive. We need to have food in order to survive. So therefore even survival is very necessary for a human being. So children, these are all questions will come around us. What is an agriculture? Why agriculture is main in India? Are people dependent on agriculture for survival? Of course. So from ancient times, agriculture has been one of the most important occupations of the people all over the world. Of course. So from ancient, it is not now or somewhere in between. From the ancient times, agriculture has been one of the most important occupations of the people. That is not only in India but all over the world. So almost 50% of people are engaged in agriculture activities. So almost 50% of people are engaged in agricultural activities, of course. So then only our country can lead ahead. So 50% means almost half of the people in our country or in the world are depending on the agriculture. So the 50% of people are engaged in various growth of crops. So in India we go for barley, rice, wheat, cotton, sugarcane, and oil seeds, and many other things, even the vegetables and all. So if you go to the other countries, there are fruits, then there are some types of medical fruits are there, and even some other countries in the world, even they to go for rice, wheat, and many other like coca, and this one what you called many spices and all they grow, many spices and all they grow. So children, totally the 50% of the people are engaged in agricultural activities. So the agriculture is a primary activity, I can say. Agriculture is a primary activity which includes even growing crops, fruits, vegetables, flowers, and rearing of livestock. So the primary in the means first, foremost, almost, and first place is given to agriculture. So it is not only growing of the crops but also even the fruits can be grown, vegetables and the flowers, and rearing of the cattle, rearing of the livestock. So for the survival of the humanity or human being, or the betterment of people's survival, so we can shift not only for the growing of the crops but even rearing of the animals. So agriculture means cultivation of land. Agriculture means cultivation of land where we cultivate. So if you go just around wherever you are, you can see the different types of soil, different types of vegetations, different types of styles of land, field, etc. So these are all shows us the curiosity or enthusiasm how one farmer can have interest in growing the crops. So it is not enough that we have a land, we have a soil, but at the same time also a farmer should have good intention of growing the crops because completely a farmer is depending on monsoon. If the monsoons are good, okay, crops will come up very well. if the monsoons does not fall on a right time, but the farmer will undergo a lot of worries. So therefore, dear children, keep it in mind the agriculture means a cultivation of land. Not simply we are having the land and we sit at home and everything will come on itself. No. So man need to sweat. Man need to sweat. Man need to make use of his both the hands to bring up the good cultivation. Then only, like us people, we can sit and have food, enough of food. So dear children, please go through the lesson. Try to read all the lessons, not only which lesson I am teaching. Please try to read lesson whenever you are free, instead of sitting and watching the TV, sitting and playing with the games with the mobiles. Please take any one lesson, start reading, so that you will have a good practice of reading and even a pronunciation of the words. Okay children? So okay, take care. Please go through the lesson. I think now third unit test also is coming. Please keep ready for it.